Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, eloquently penned these words while in exile. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Now, if that sounds a bit heavy, stick with me, because what Seneca is getting at is something that hits close to home for all of us. He's talking about the incredible journey of finding true value in ourselves beyond the hustle and noise of what everyone else is doing or saying. This is about tapping into a strength that's been there all along, hiding in plain sight within you. Imagine uncovering qualities about yourself you've overlooked or undervalued, not because they're insignificant, but because they're so fundamental to your being that you've taken them for granted. Think of the possibilities when you learn that resilience isn't just about bouncing back from setbacks, but about facing life's challenges with a calm and steady heart. Or that true wisdom isn't about knowing all the answers, but about asking the right questions, especially in moments of doubt. This journey with Stoicism isn't just about self-discovery. It's about redefining what it means to live a life of meaning and fulfillment on your own terms. So as we prepare to dive into the signs, you might be undervaluing yourself without realizing it. Keep in mind that every piece of this video is crafted with insights that can reshape how you view yourself and the world around you. Imagine for a moment unlocking levels of self-assurance and clarity you've never accessed before. By the end of this, the reflection in the mirror might just surprise you. So stick with us till the end. For this journey is about illuminating the path to a version of you that's waiting to shine brighter. One accepting less than you deserve. When you catch yourself settling for less than you deserve, it's like holding a ticket to an incredible destination, but choosing to stay put because stepping on that plane feels too daunting. This moment right now could be where you decide to take a leap towards valuing yourself the way Stoicism has taught us for centuries. Stoicism isn't just ancient philosophy. It's a blueprint for recognizing our worth in the hustle of today's world. It tells us our value isn't tied to the praises we receive or the setbacks we face, but in how steadfastly we hold on to our values and virtues amidst the chaos. It's about understanding that every choice we make, from the work we do to the people we surround ourselves with, should reflect what we truly value, not just what's comfortable or easy. Imagine life as a vast ocean you're navigating. Accepting less than you deserve is like choosing to sail with a leaky boat because you're afraid you can't find or don't deserve a better one. Stoicism hands us the tools not just to patch up the leaks, but to build a stronger vessel, one that's worthy of the journey we're meant to embark on. This philosophy doesn't sugarcoat the truth. It empowers us to face it head-on. It asks us, are your choices reflecting your true worth? If not, Stoicism isn't about sinking into despair. It's about taking the helm, adjusting the sails, and steering towards what you truly deserve. It's realizing that the power to change our course lies within us, not in the winds or the waves that life throws our way. Now, let me share a story. There was a young tree planted in a dense forest surrounded by older, towering trees. The young tree believed it was destined to remain in their shadows, accepting the scraps of sunlight that trickled through. This went on until a wise old owl perched upon one of its branches and said, "Why do you settle for less when you have the potential to grow as tall as the others?" The tree responded, Good. I'm just a small tree. That's all I'll ever be." The owl, with a twinkle in its eye, replied, "Your worth is not determined by the shadow you stand in now, but by the reach of your branches towards the sky." Inspired, the tree pushed its roots deeper and stretched its branches higher, eventually growing as tall as the others. Basking in the sunlight it once thought was not meant for it. So as you move forward, remember that settling for less isn't a sign of humility. It's a betrayal of your potential. Stoicism teaches us to embrace our worth, urging us not just to dream about a life where we're valued, but to take the steps necessary to make it a reality. Whether it's in the paths we choose, the relationships we nurture, or the dreams we chase, let's commit to valuing ourselves enough to demand the best. Not out of arrogance, but out of a deep understanding that we are capable of greatness when we align our actions with our true worth. This isn't just philosophy. It's a call to action, a reminder that every day presents a new opportunity to live up to the incredible potential within us. 2. Minimizing your achievements. Take a moment to reflect on your recent achievements. Now, let's be honest here. When was the last time you genuinely acknowledged your hard work, and the virtues that powered it. Too often we brush off our accomplishments, attributing them to luck, or seeing them as just another part of our routine. Yet this humble approach does us more harm than good. Stoicism, a philosophy that has weathered the test of time, teaches us the value of recognizing our own efforts. It's not about boasting, it's about understanding the strength, wisdom, and discipline that brought us to our achievements. Think about it. Maybe you showed unparalleled discipline, waking up early every day to study or work on a project. Perhaps it was courage that pushed you to speak up in a meeting or pitch an idea. Or it could have been your wisdom in navigating a tough decision. These aren't just actions, they're reflections of your character, the virtues that Stoicism holds dear. By minimizing our achievements, we're not just being modest, we're overlooking the profound display of character and virtue that brought us to that point. So how do we shift this mindset? Start by recognizing each achievement, big or small, as a testament to your virtues. Allow yourself to say, yes, I did that. Yes, it was hard. And yes, it was my effort, my courage that made it happen. This isn't about feeding your ego. It's about acknowledging the truth of your character and effort. Embrace this Stoic practice and you transform not just how you view your successes, but how you view yourself. It's a journey towards genuine self-appreciation and an understanding that your achievements are not just outcomes, but reflections of your virtues. Why is it so easy to forget ourselves in the hustle of helping others? It's a path many of us walk down, often without noticing. You might skip the book you've been dying to read because a relative needs help moving, or perhaps you've delayed your own dreams, pouring your energy into cheering for someone else's. This, at its core, is noble. But here's the truth that often goes unsaid. Neglecting our own needs doesn't just leave us empty, it quietly chips away at our ability to genuinely support those we care about. Consider Alex, a dedicated employee at a bustling startup. Every day he stayed late, skipping his evening jogs and ignoring his growing stress levels to meet the team's deadlines. His colleagues praised his dedication, unaware of the toll it took on him. One evening, as he worked alone in the office, the weight of exhaustion finally brought him to a halt. It was then he realized that in his pursuit to be there for his team, he had left himself behind. This moment of clarity led him to reassess his priorities. He began to carve out time for his runs again, and slowly the balance returned to his life. As his well-being improved, so did his productivity and the quality of his support to his team. Alex's story is a testament to the fact that when we replenish our own reserves, we don't just serve ourselves, we become a stronger pillar for those around us. Stoicism, with its ancient roots, offers a perspective as refreshing as the morning breeze. It doesn't preach self-absorption, but champions self-care as the bedrock of a life well lived. Think of it as keeping your lantern lit so you can light the way for others. It's about recognizing that our own well-being is not just a private affair, but a public good. When we're in top form, be it physically, mentally, or spiritually, we're not just better for ourselves, we're a boon to those around us. Our patience deepens, our understanding widens, and our presence becomes a calm harbor in the stormy seas of life. So how do we begin to pivot towards a more balanced existence? It starts with acknowledging that taking care of ourselves is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it's the most generous thing we can do for others. Set aside time for what replenishes you, whether that's a daily walk, diving into a hobby, or simply enjoying a moment of solitude. Create boundaries that allow you to flourish. Remember, every step you take towards nurturing yourself is a step towards becoming a lighthouse for those navigating their own dark waters. This week, I challenge you to choose one act of self-care. Let it be your declaration that you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And from this place of strength, you're ready to uplift those around you. 4. Struggling to accept compliments. It's a curious thing, isn't it? How a simple, well done, or you're brilliant at this, can sometimes feel like a puzzle we're not quite sure how to solve. Stoicism, a philosophy as ancient as it is timeless, nudges us towards an intriguing insight. Accepting compliments isn't about inflating our egos, but rather it's an exercise in seeing ourselves clearly. You see, every time someone offers a word of praise, it's like they're holding up a mirror to a part of us that shone brightly enough to catch their eye. But here's where many of us stumble. We shy away from this mirror, maybe because we're used to scrutinizing our reflections for flaws, not strengths. Now picture a friend telling you you have a knack for making people feel heard. Instead of batting it away with a "oh, it's nothing" pause, Stoicism teaches us the art of viewing ourselves objectively, which means giving our virtues the same attention we'd give our flaws. This moment of praise, it's not a spotlight of scrutiny, but a gentle light on the path to understanding ourselves better. By accepting compliments with a simple thank you, we're not just being polite. We're acknowledging the effort and goodness within us, allowing it to be seen and recognized, not just by others, but importantly by ourselves. So the next time you find yourself at the receiving end of a compliment, take a breath. Allow yourself to see what the other person sees. Reflect on the actions or qualities they're applauding. What did I do to deserve this praise, you might ask. This isn't about patting yourself on the back. It's about recognizing that yes, you are capable of excellence and impact. By embracing the virtues others see in us, we're not just accepting compliments. We're embracing a fuller, more balanced view of ourselves. And in that balance lies the true essence of humility and the heart of Stoic wisdom. 5. Avoiding decision-making. You know that moment when you're scrolling through your phone trying to pick a movie to watch, but you just can't seem to decide. It's like every option might be the wrong one, so you end up watching nothing at all. This isn't just about choosing a movie. It's a glimpse into how we often approach bigger decisions in our lives. Fear of making the wrong choice can freeze us in our tracks, leaving us doubting our own judgment. But here's where Stoicism steps in like a friend who's seen it all, reminding us that it's not about the certainty of outcomes, but the integrity of our choices. Stoicism isn't just ancient philosophy. It's a toolkit for modern life. Imagine you're faced with a decision. Instead of asking yourself, what if I make the wrong choice? Stoicism nudges you to consider, does this align with who I am and what I stand for? It's like choosing to be the director of your own movie, making each decision with purpose and in tune with your values. And when things don't go as planned, that's not a misstep. It's a scene you learn from, a plot twist that adds depth to your story. Now think of making a decision as planting a tree. You choose a spot, you plant the seed, but you can't control the weather or how fast it grows. What you can do is water it, give it the best chance to thrive, and then trust in the process. Stoicism teaches us that this trust in ourselves, in our decisions, is built on reflection, learning, and alignment with our values. Every choice, every outcome is part of your growth, adding layers to your character, teaching you resilience. So the next time you're standing at a crossroads, remember, it's not about the certainty of where each path leads, but the confidence in your steps that makes all the difference. 6. Excessive self-criticism. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius once illuminated, encourages us to be strict with ourselves and tolerant with others. Yet, crucially, this strictness isn't about dragging ourselves down with harsh criticism or unforgiving standards. Aurelius never advocated for self-deprecation. Instead, he championed a disciplined approach to personal development, one that involves rigorous self-examination and continuous improvement. Without succumbing to self-inflicted negativity, it's a fine line, really. Being strict means holding ourselves accountable, pushing ourselves to grow and improve. It's about setting high standards, but doing so with the understanding that the journey towards meeting them is marked by learning and growth, not self-punishment. This wisdom from Aurelius serves as a cornerstone for how we should navigate our inner dialogue. It's a call to embrace a balanced approach to self-improvement, one that acknowledges our flaws and mistakes as part of the human experience, not as failures. This doesn't mean we give ourselves a free pass on every misstep. Rather, we assess our actions with a clear eye, learn from them, and move forward with renewed determination. This Stoic practice of being strict with oneself, therefore, isn't about cultivating a harsh inner critic. It's about fostering a wise mentor within, guiding us towards becoming the best versions of ourselves through patience, resilience, and understanding. Integrating this Stoic philosophy into our lives encourages us to view every challenge, every stumble as an opportunity to grow. It shifts our focus from a fear of failure to a love of learning. Suddenly, our journey isn't about avoiding mistakes at all costs, but about embracing them as valuable lessons. This shift in perspective lightens our load, allowing us to proceed with a sense of purpose and a heart full of compassion, not just for others but for all, but crucially for ourselves as well. In doing so, we honor the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, navigating our path with the Stoic virtues of discipline, courage, and kindness, ensuring we never lose sight of the progress that lies within our every effort. 7. Constant comparison with others. Think about the times you've caught yourself scrolling through social media, eyes glazing over pictures and posts that paint everyone else's life in strokes of unending success and happiness. Have you ever paused to question why these snapshots stir feelings of inadequacy within you? It's like watching a movie where you know the ending is always perfect for others, leaving you wondering where your own blockbuster moment is. This constant comparison with others is a slippery slope, one that can lead us to undervalue our unique paths and achievements. But here's where Stoicism, an age-old philosophy, steps in like a wise friend, reminding us of the power within to change our perspective and appreciate our journey for what it is, uniquely ours. Stoicism teaches us the art of looking inward, finding value not in external comparisons, but in our internal growth and virtues. What if, instead of comparison, you practiced mindfulness, catching yourself in the act and gently steering your thoughts towards your personal progress and the qualities you cherish in yourselves? How might your life change if you drew inspiration from others without losing sight of your own worth? This philosophy doesn't ask us to ignore the achievements of others, but to draw inspiration from them without diminishing our own journey. It's like running your own race at your pace, admiring the runners beside you, yet knowing your journey is your own, marked by your efforts, attitudes, and resilience. Can you recall a moment when focusing on your own journey brought you peace and satisfaction? Lastly, anchoring ourselves in gratitude transforms our perspective, turning envy into admiration and self-doubt into self-appreciation. How often do you take a moment to recognize the beauty in your struggles and triumphs, seeing each step, no matter how small, as a part of a grander narrative you're crafting every day? Stoicism invites us to celebrate our achievements, learn from our setbacks, and always move forward with a heart full of gratitude. This approach doesn't just shield us from the comparison trap. It liberates us, allowing us to live fully and authentically, cherishing the journey that's exclusively ours. So let's embrace our stories, knowing that our value is not a comparative measure, but a testament to our unique journey through life. What steps can you take today to cultivate a more grateful and self-appreciative perspective? Learn more at www. 8. Lack of personal investment. Imagine Jamie, who always dreamed of running a marathon. Despite her enthusiasm, the couch felt more inviting than the pavement outside. One evening, while scrolling through her phone, Jamie came across a beginner's guide to running. It suggested starting with just a minute of jogging, followed by a minute of walking, repeating for just 10 minutes a day. To Jamie, this seemed too insignificant to make any difference. However, recalling her marathon dream, she decided to give it a try. Day by day, Jamie laced up her sneakers and followed the simple routine. The minutes turned into miles, and the miles into confidence. 6 months later, Jamie crossed the finish line of her first marathon, overwhelmed with joy and disbelief. How often have you told yourself you'd start that online course next week, dust off the guitar in the corner of your room, or finally stick to a morning routine, only to find these promises lost in the shuffle of daily life? It's a story too familiar to most of us, not because we lack time or resources, but because deep down we might not see the value in investing in ourselves. Stoicism, a beacon of wisdom from ancient times, shines a light on this very issue, suggesting that neglecting our personal development isn't just about procrastination. It's about undervaluing our own worth. Jamie's journey from doubt to achievement mirrors our own potential transformations. Stoicism invites us to shift our perspective, to see self-improvement not as an optional extra in our lives, but as an essential act of self-respect. Think of yourself as a garden. Just like a garden needs regular care to bloom, your mind and spirit thrive on attention and cultivation. When we skip investing in ourselves, we're like gardeners ignoring our plots, letting the weeds take over. Stoic philosophy nudges us, reminding us that our potential is like a seed. Without water, sunlight, and care, it will remain just that, potential. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be." This call to action is about recognizing that the pursuit of knowledge, hobbies, and self-care is not just beneficial, it's a duty we owe to ourselves. So how do we break the cycle of undervaluing ourselves and start making meaningful investments in our growth? Start small. Let curiosity be your guide. Whether it's picking up a book on a topic that ignites your interest, spending a few quiet moments in reflection each day, or exploring a new hobby that brings you joy, these are the steps towards acknowledging your worth. Self-improvement is a journey, not a destination. Embrace the Stoic practice of self-reflection. Set personal goals and celebrate your progress. Remember, investing in yourself is the most profound declaration of your value. It's time to tend to your garden and watch as it transforms into a place of beauty and abundance. As we continue, take a moment to help us spread this Stoic wisdom by hitting that like button and become a part of our growing circle of modern thinkers and doers. 9. Seeking external validation. It's a common experience feeling like we're constantly on stage, being judged by an unseen audience. This isn't just a modern-day phenomenon, it traces back to ancient times, highlighting a universal human struggle. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, eloquently said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This wisdom rings especially true when we find ourselves seeking approval or validation from others. Why do we crave this external applause? It often stems from a nagging sense of not being enough, a fear that if we're not validated by someone else, our worth diminishes. Yet Stoicism offers a liberating perspective. It teaches us to look inward, finding validation not in others' applause, but in our alignment with our own values and virtues. Stoicism isn't about becoming indifferent to others, but about recognizing the profound power of focusing on what we can control, our actions, intentions, and responses. This internal compass guides us towards genuine self-sufficiency, where our sense of fulfillment and contentment comes from within, not from the fickle opinions of the world around us. Breaking free from the chains of external validation isn't an overnight journey. It begins with self-awareness, understanding why we seek approval, and questioning whether our actions are for ourselves or for the applause. By embracing Stoic practices of self-reflection and focusing on what's within our control, we cultivate a resilience that allows us to face life's challenges with grace. Success from a Stoic perspective isn't about accolades or achievements. It's about living in harmony with our principles, embracing the pursuit of virtue, and finding peace within ourselves. This path may not always be easy, but it promises a freedom and fulfillment far surpassing the fleeting pleasure of external validation. 10. Tolerance of negative environments. Ever found yourself stuck in a situation that feels like wading through mud, where every step forward seems harder than the last? Maybe it's a relationship that's more draining than fulfilling, or a social scene that dims your spirit instead of lighting it up. It's tempting to think this is just how things are supposed to be. But what if I told you that staying in these negative spaces might be a sign you're selling yourself short? You see, the Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about embracing resilience and wisdom, had a pretty insightful take on this. They argued that while we can't always control our surroundings, we have the power to shape our reactions and, to some extent, our environment itself. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor who faced his fair share of challenges, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's a powerful reminder that our internal world can be a fortress of peace, even when the external world feels like a storm. The courage to step away from negativity, to demand better for ourselves, starts with believing we deserve more. It's about recognizing our worth and understanding that we're not trees rooted in place. We can move, we can grow, we can seek out sunshine. So how do we start this journey? It begins with a commitment to ourselves. To cultivate an inner resilience that acts as a shield, protecting us from the negativity we might face. Think of it as building your own personal oasis, a space where positivity flourishes and you're the architect. This might mean setting boundaries, seeking out environments that nurture your growth, or surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. Remember, it's not just about avoiding negativity, but actively creating a life that reflects your value and your values. After all, we're not just surviving, we're here to thrive. 11. Fear of pursuing dreams. What if the very thing holding you back was also what could propel you forward? It's a thought that many of us brush aside, but it's at the core of understanding our worth and our potential. 11. Often we're shackled by the fear of pursuing our dreams, not because we lack the ability, but because we're overly focused on what we might lose. This fear paints daunting pictures in our minds: the sting of failure, the precious time and effort that could seem wasted, and the harsh judgments from those around us. Yet Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom, challenges us to shift our gaze from what we stand to lose to the immense possibilities that lie in what we stand to gain. Stoicism isn't just about enduring hardship. It's about recognizing that our journey towards pursuing our dreams is filled with opportunities for growth, fulfillment, and self-discovery. It teaches us the art of negative visualization, a practice where we contemplate the worst-case scenarios not to dwell in despair, but to reduce their power over us. By acknowledging these potential hardships and understanding that we are capable of enduring them, we often find that our fears aren't as insurmountable as they seem. This realization doesn't lead us to ignore risks, but to approach our aspirations with a balanced perspective, where failure is seen not as a setback, but as a stepping stone in our personal evolution. Imagine embracing every twist and turn of life with enthusiasm, a concept known in Stoicism as amor fati, or the love of fate. This mindset empowers us to chase our dreams without being held back by fear. It teaches us that every experience, success or failure, joy or disappointment, is a part of our story and crucial to our growth. By acting in harmony with our virtues and potential, Stoicism reminds us that true value comes not from external achievements, but from our dedication to living a life aligned with our deepest values. Thus, overcoming the fear of chasing our dreams isn't just about achieving success, it's about embarking on a journey that allows us to live fully, authentically, and with unwavering courage. 12. Failure to recognize your own worth. Every step you take on the journey of life is a testament to your unique worth. A worth that shines brightly within you, even if sometimes it feels hidden in the shadows. You might find yourself seeking approval or validation from those around you, thinking their recognition is the mirror reflecting your true value. This search, while human, often leads us down a path where our self-esteem becomes a reflection not of who we are, but of how others see us. The ancient wisdom of Stoicism, however, offers a different path, one where your worth is like a treasure within, priceless, and not dependent on the external world's fluctuating opinions. Remember, the stars don't seek permission to shine, they simply do, regardless of who is watching. Similarly, your worth isn't a currency to be earned from achievements or the applause of a crowd. It's an innate part of you, as constant as the stars in the night sky. Stoic philosophy, with voices like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, whispers through the ages, urging us to find freedom not in accolades, but in acknowledging our inherent value. By focusing on our virtues, our capacity for kindness, courage, and integrity, we anchor our self-worth in something far more stable than the unpredictable tides of societal approval or material success. So how do we cultivate this recognition of our inherent worth? It begins with a simple yet profound shift in perspective, turning inward to celebrate our efforts, resilience, and the virtues that define us. Practicing gratitude for our unique qualities and contributions helps us to see that our true measure lies not in external validation, but in the richness of our character. This doesn't mean achievements don't matter, rather it's about understanding their place. They are milestones on our journey, not the destination. By embracing this Stoic wisdom, we empower ourselves to live with a sense of contentment and freedom, knowing our worth is immutable, a constant light guiding us through life's ebb and flow. 13. Feeling unworthy of happiness. You might sometimes feel like happiness is a club where everyone else seems to have a membership, but you. It's like you're outside, peeking through the window, wondering what you did wrong not to deserve a spot inside. This sense of unworthiness, feeling like you're always falling short, can really weigh you down. But here's a twist in the tale. The door to this club isn't locked. You've just been convinced you don't have the key. Stoicism, a philosophy as old as time yet as fresh as tomorrow's sunrise, teaches us that this key is actually in our pocket. It's about understanding that happiness isn't a prize for the few, but a choice for the many, including you. Think of happiness not as a rare gem, but as a common stone that becomes precious when polished. Your life, with all its ups and downs, has countless such stones waiting to be discovered and cherished. Stoicism nudges us to shift our gaze from what we lack to the abundance we overlook. It's about recognizing that the worthiness for happiness doesn't come from external achievements, but from the courage to face our battles, big or small. Imagine the strength it takes to stand up every time life knocks you down. Isn't that worthy of happiness? Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus didn't just sit back and ponder these ideas. They lived them, showing us that the practice of gratitude, resilience, and virtue paves the way to true contentment. So, how do you start using this key to unlock your own happiness? Begin by changing the stories you tell yourself. Instead of viewing happiness as a distant shore, see it as the ground beneath your feet, available with every step. Practice gratitude not as a chore, but as a celebration of life's gifts, both big and small. And remember, in the pursuit of becoming the best version of yourself, every effort counts, every step matters. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the quest for happiness starts with recognizing you're worthy of it right here, right now. This shift in perspective is your invitation to step into the club of happiness, not as a guest, but as a rightful member. Reflecting on our journey today, we've unearthed the subtle signs that might suggest we're undervaluing ourselves, perhaps without even realizing it. This discovery, my friends, isn't just about recognizing these signs, it's about awakening to the immense strength and wisdom that lies within us. Each of you holds the key to unlocking your own potential, to valuing yourself, not just for what you do, but for who you are. Remember, recognizing your worth is the first step towards building a life filled with purpose, resilience, and joy. As part of this incredible Stoic community, you're never alone on this path. Together, we are exploring not just the philosophy of Stoicism, but how it can profoundly impact our lives in the most practical ways. If this video resonated with you, if it sparked a moment of realization or inspiration, I urge you to hit that like button, share it with friends, and spread the wisdom. Your engagement helps build a community where support and growth flourish, and there's always more to discover. I invite you to continue this journey with one of the suggested videos appearing on the screen next. It's curated to further inspire and guide you on this path of self-awareness and growth. Let's empower not just ourselves, but also those around us, sharing the light of Stoicism to illuminate the path to self-value and mutual respect. Thank you for being here, for being you. Drop "I value myself" in the comments if you're among the resilient souls who journeyed with us to the very end. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you're always part of our growing community. Until next time, stay stoic. Controlling your mind is the key to unlocking your best self and turning your abilities into remarkable achievements. Have you ever wondered what it takes to become mentally unshakable? What if you could turn every setback into a step forward? Can you imagine mastering your emotions to the extent that nothing can disturb your inner peace? You might be thinking, is this just another video filled with random advice that won't really help? Well, absolutely not. This video is designed to be a game changer. Unlike other content that offers vague tips, this video provides you with actionable, time-tested, Stoic habits that have transformed the lives of many. These habits are not just theoretical concepts. They are practical tools you can start using immediately to see real, tangible changes in your life. Welcome to a transformative journey where these possibilities become realities. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Today, we're not just avoiding negative reactions, we're cultivating superhuman resilience and clarity. By choosing to watch this video, you're stepping towards mastering a Stoic mindset that few dare to explore. Why remain average when you have the potential to elevate your mental game beyond ordinary? Hit that subscribe button now and let's unlock the Stoicism together. In this video, we'll delve into 10 practical Stoic habits that are not just easy to understand, but also deeply transformative. Stay tuned to learn how these age-old principles can be seamlessly integrated into your modern life, ensuring you command your thoughts and excel in every aspect. Simplify your choices. Simplify your choices is a potent Stoic habit that can dramatically transform the way you navigate daily life. The principle is straightforward. Reduce the number of decisions you make each day to free up mental energy for more important tasks. This practice roots back to the idea of minimizing distractions and focusing on what truly matters, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Imagine starting each day knowing exactly what you will wear, what you will eat, and what your main tasks are. This isn't about restricting freedom, it's about eliminating unnecessary noise that clutters your mind. By deciding these simple aspects of your day in advance, you significantly reduce decision fatigue, a common drain on mental resources. Decision fatigue refers to the deteriorating quality of decisions made by an individual after a long session of decision-making. It's why we often make poorer choices when we're tired or overwhelmed. Implementing this habit can be as simple as preparing your meals for the week on a Sunday or choosing your outfits the night before. These actions might seem small, but they add up, saving you moments of hesitation throughout your day. This saved time and mental energy can then be redirected towards more productive or enjoyable activities, enhancing your overall quality of life. Moreover, simplifying your choices goes beyond daily logistics. It extends to your professional and personal life decisions as well. By creating routines and setting clear rules for decision-making, you can apply this habit to larger aspects of your life. For example, set specific criteria for what types of projects you accept at work, or decide which invitations to social events align with your values and which do not. This methodical approach to decision-making ensures that you're not swayed by momentary impulses or pressures, but are guided by your deeper values and long-term goals. In essence, simplify your choices is about creating a life that reduces stress, increases productivity, and maintains clarity of thought. It is about making the choice to not let the trivialities of everyday life cloud your judgment or drain your energy, allowing you to remain focused on your growth and real priorities. Embracing this habit can lead to a more deliberate and intentional way of living, a key to both personal and professional fulfillment. Set clear daily goals. Set clear daily goals is a Stoic habit that sharpens your focus and fosters a sense of achievement by ensuring that every day is approached with intention and purpose. This practice is about defining what success looks like for you each day and breaking down your larger objectives into manageable, actionable items. By starting each day with a clear set of goals, you align your actions with your highest priorities, avoiding the trap of busyness over actual productivity. This habit also combats the feeling of being overwhelmed, a common barrier to effective action, especially when faced with large projects or long-term objectives. Instead of facing a daunting to-do list, you focus on a few selected tasks that will move you closer to your desired outcome. To implement this habit effectively, take a few minutes each evening to plan your next day. Identify 2 to 3 critical tasks that will contribute the most to your goals. These should be tasks that, once completed, will give you the greatest sense of accomplishment and progress. Write them down where you can see them, perhaps in a planner or a digital app, and make them specific and time-bound. As you practice setting daily goals, you will find that your days become more structured and productive. You'll also experience less decision fatigue because you've already decided what needs your attention. This clarity not only helps in achieving more, but also enhances your ability to make quality decisions in other areas of your life. This deliberate approach to daily planning is a core element of living a Stoic life, focused on effectiveness and personal mastery. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Turn obstacles into opportunities is a powerful Stoic habit that can profoundly reshape your approach to life's challenges. This habit is grounded in the Stoic concept of amor fati, which means love of fate. It encourages us to embrace everything that happens to us, including our trials and tribulations, as necessary steps on the path to personal growth and excellence. The core of this practice involves a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing obstacles as impediments, Stoics see them as hidden opportunities. This doesn't mean hoping for difficulties, but rather transforming them into moments of learning and strength building when they do arise. It's about perceiving every challenge as a chance to practice virtues such as resilience, patience, and courage. Let's consider a common scenario. You're faced with a sudden project deadline at work. While the initial response might be stress or frustration, applying this Stoic habit would involve seeing this challenge as a chance to improve your time management skills and your ability to work under pressure. It transforms a stressful situation into a valuable learning opportunity. To implement this habit, start by reflecting on a recent difficulty you faced. Ask yourself, what can this teach me, and how can I use this experience to improve myself? This kind of questioning redirects your focus from the problem itself to the potential benefits that can be gleaned from it. Additionally, cultivating this habit requires practice and mindfulness. It involves recognizing your automatic negative responses to challenges and consciously choosing to look for the silver lining. Over time, this mindset becomes a natural part of your thought process, enabling you to handle life's inevitable ups and downs more gracefully. Ultimately, turn obstacles into opportunities is not just about dealing with difficulties, it's about actively using them as stepping stones towards a more competent and composed self. This Stoic habit empowers you to lead a more proactive, positive, and purposeful life, making you unstoppable in the face of adversity. Regulate your reactions. Regulate your reactions is a crucial Stoic habit that emphasizes the importance of maintaining composure and control over your responses in all situations. This practice is deeply rooted in the Stoic principle that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. It's about cultivating a mental state where you are consistently thoughtful and deliberate in your reactions rather than impulsive or emotionally driven. To begin mastering this habit, it's essential to develop an awareness of your initial impulses and reactions. Often, our immediate responses to situations are emotional and not reflective of our best selves. By training yourself to pause when a reaction begins to form, you create a buffer between the event and your response. This pause is not a period of inactivity, but a moment of empowerment, providing you with the opportunity to choose a response that aligns with your values and objectives. Implementing this practice can be approached by adopting mindfulness techniques. Mindfulness teaches you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing you to recognize your emotional triggers and patterns. For instance, if a colleague's comment irritates you, instead of reacting defensively, you might take a deep breath, acknowledge your feelings, and choose a more constructive response. Thank you. This could involve asking for clarification, expressing how the comment made you feel, or deciding that no response is the best response. Furthermore, regulating your reactions is about building resilience. The more you practice this habit, the more you'll find that fewer things unsettle you. This doesn't mean you become indifferent or detached from emotions, but rather that you become adept at navigating them. You learn to respond in ways that are proactive rather than reactive, which not only enhances your personal interactions, but also significantly improves your professional performance. By consistently practicing the habit of regulating your reactions, you can achieve a greater degree of emotional intelligence and stability. This enables you to handle conflicts more effectively, build stronger relationships, and maintain your peace of mind in challenging situations. Ultimately, it empowers you to live a life that is not at the mercy of external circumstances, but is governed by your reasoned choices and deliberate actions. Embrace routine. Embracing a well-structured routine is a powerful Stoic habit that promotes mental clarity, reduces stress, and increases productivity. Stoicism teaches the importance of discipline and consistency, and by establishing a daily routine, you align closely with these principles, paving the way for a more organized and purposeful life. A routine does more than just structure your day. It sets a rhythm for your life that harmonizes your actions with your goals. Consider the impact of a morning routine. Starting your day with a set sequence of activities, such as meditation, exercise, and a healthy breakfast, can energize you and set a positive tone for the rest of the day. Each action builds upon the previous one, creating momentum that carries you forward. This momentum is crucial because it helps you overcome the inertia that often accompanies decision-making and starting new tasks. Moreover, a routine helps mitigate the stress associated with uncertainty. When you have a clear plan for what happens next, you spend less mental energy worrying about what you need to do and when you need to do it. This reduction in mental load is significant as it frees up cognitive resources for more demanding tasks that require creativity and problem solving. By knowing what to expect, your mind is calmer and more prepared to tackle each task effectively. Incorporating regular reflection and adaptation into your routine is also beneficial. This could mean setting aside time each week to review your accomplishments and setbacks and to adjust your routine as needed. Such reflection ensures that your routine remains effective and aligned with your changing goals and circumstances. Furthermore, a routine fosters discipline, a key Stoic value. Discipline is not just about doing things when you feel like it, it's about doing what you need to do regardless of your feelings. A solid routine helps you develop the habit of sticking to your plans, reinforcing your willpower and self-control. In essence, embracing a routine is about creating a predictable yet flexible framework that supports your personal and professional growth. It's about making the most of each day by prioritizing tasks and allocating time wisely. As you refine your routine, you'll find that your days are not only more productive, but also more fulfilling and rewarding, allowing you to live more fully in accordance with Stoic ideals of wisdom and virtue. Learn to say no. Learn to say no is an empowering Stoic habit that emphasizes the importance of valuing your time and energy. Stoicism teaches us that not all engagements or opportunities are worth pursuing, and that the ability to decline requests is crucial for maintaining focus on our true priorities. This habit is about making strategic choices that align with your long-term goals and values. In a world brimming with demands and distractions, the ability to say no acts as a gatekeeper for your mental space. Every time you agree to something that doesn't align with your personal or professional goals, you dilute your efforts and stray further from your path. The Stoics believed in the power of focus and commitment to chosen pursuits. By learning to say no, you embody this principle, ensuring that your resources are invested in activities that are truly beneficial. To effectively implement this habit, start by assessing your current commitments. Analyze which activities yield value and which do not. This requires honest self-reflection, and sometimes, for instance, declining an invitation to a social event might feel uncomfortable, but if it means you can spend that time working on a personal project or resting, it's a worthwhile trade. Moreover, saying no isn't just about refusing things you don't want to do. It's about saying yes to what you truly value. Each no provides an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to your priorities. It's about making space for better yeses. For example, by saying no to late-night work emails, you might say yes to quality time with family or to your health by getting enough sleep. Practicing this habit also involves developing tact and diplomacy. It's important to communicate your no in a way that is respectful and considerate, explaining your reasons if necessary. This helps maintain relationships and sets clear boundaries. Ultimately, learn to say no is a liberating habit that enhances your focus, productivity, and personal satisfaction. It teaches you to guard your time and energy as the precious resources they are, enabling you to live more intentionally and align more closely with your Stoic ideals. Embracing this habit is essential for anyone looking to lead a purposeful and balanced life. Reflect before bed. Reflect before bed is a Stoic habit that serves as a powerful tool for personal development and self-awareness. This practice involves taking time each evening to reflect on the events of the day, evaluating what went well, and identifying areas for improvement. By incorporating this routine into your daily life, you can foster a deeper understanding of your actions and decisions, leading to more mindful and deliberate living. The process of nightly reflection is simple, yet profoundly impactful. Set aside a quiet moment before bed, away from distractions, to think about the day's events. Start by recalling your actions and the decisions you made. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? How did I respond to challenges? Did my actions align with my values and goals? This introspection helps you acknowledge your successes, learn from your mistakes, and plan more effective strategies for the future. Moreover, this habit isn't just about critiquing yourself. It's also about recognizing and reinforcing what you did right. This balanced reflection boosts your confidence and motivation by celebrating small victories and acknowledging your progress. It turns everyday experiences into valuable lessons that shape your character and decision-making skills. Reflecting before bed also helps in processing emotions and events of the day, which can lead to better sleep and reduced anxiety. By unpacking the day's stresses and achievements, you clear your mind and ease into a state of peace and readiness for rest. This practice can be particularly beneficial for those who find themselves ruminating on negative events, as it provides a structured way to manage thoughts and emotions constructively. To enhance this practice, you might consider keeping a journal. Writing down your reflections can provide additional clarity and a physical record of your progress over time. It allows you to track patterns in your behavior and reactions that you may want to change or develop further. In summary, reflect before bed is more than just a nightly routine. It is a commitment to continual self-improvement and understanding. It equips you with the insights and resolutions needed to face each new day with renewed purpose and wisdom, aligning perfectly with the Stoic pursuit of personal virtue and excellence. Embracing this habit can transform ordinary evenings into moments of significant personal growth and tranquility. Seek constructive feedback. The eighth powerful Stoic habit, seek constructive feedback, is rooted in the philosophy's embrace of continuous improvement and resilience. This habit underscores the importance of external perspectives in fostering personal growth and enhancing one's effectiveness in both personal and professional realms. Constructive feedback, unlike mere criticism, is aimed at providing actionable insights into how one can improve. Stoicism teaches us to detach our personal feelings from such feedback and view it as a valuable tool for learning and self-development. By actively seeking and valuing feedback, you embrace a philosophy that views every piece of advice as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Implementing this habit involves several practical steps. First, create a welcoming environment for feedback. This means communicating openly with those around you, be it colleagues, friends, or family, that you're eager to receive their honest insights. It also requires cultivating relationships where trust and openness are paramount, ensuring the feedback is not only given, but also thoughtful and constructive. Second, when receiving feedback, practice the Stoic discipline of objective judgment. Listen carefully without rushing to defend or justify your actions. Assess the information for its usefulness and relevance to your goals. This reflective practice helps you extract the valuable lessons from feedback without being swayed by emotional responses that might cloud your judgment. Third, apply the feedback. This is where the true value of seeking insights comes into play. Develop an action plan based on the feedback received. This might involve setting new personal goals, adjusting your behaviors, or learning new skills. Regularly review the changes you've made and evaluate their effectiveness, further refining your approach as needed. Lastly, seek constructive feedback is about more than just listening. It's about actively engaging with the feedback process. Encourage continuous dialogue, ask clarifying questions, and seek out mentors or peers who can provide you with diverse perspectives. This ongoing engagement not only helps you adapt and evolve, but also solidifies your commitment to living a Stoic life, grounded in wisdom and continuous improvement. Prioritize your health. The Stoic habit of prioritizing your health is a critical component of mental and emotional resilience. Stoicism teaches us that a sound mind resides in a healthy body, and in order to truly master our thoughts and emotions, we must first take care of our physical well-being. This holistic approach ensures that our mental capabilities are supported by physical strength and vitality, enabling us to tackle life's challenges with greater poise and endurance. The connection between physical health and mental clarity cannot be overstated. Regular physical exercise, for instance, is not only good for the body, but also for the brain. It increases blood flow, which improves oxygen and nutrient delivery to brain cells, enhancing overall cognitive function. Exercise also stimulates the production of hormones that improve mood and sleep, while reducing anxiety and stress. Whether it's a daily walk, a yoga session, or more vigorous activities like cycling or running, integrating physical exercise into your routine can profoundly impact your mental sharpness and emotional resilience. Equally important is nutrition. What we consume directly affects our brain's performance. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins can enhance cognitive function and protect against mental decline. Therefore, adopting a diet that includes a variety of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains is essential. This Stoic habit isn't about stringent dieting. Rather, it's about making mindful choices that nourish both the body and mind, ensuring that each meal contributes to your overall well-being. Moreover, sufficient rest and sleep are foundational to maintaining not only physical health, but also mental acuity. Sleep plays a critical role in brain function, including how neurons communicate with each other. Lack of sleep can impair attention, alertness, concentration, reasoning, and problem-solving, making it harder to cope with stress. Hence, establishing a consistent sleep schedule and creating a restful environment are crucial steps in practicing this Stoic habit. By prioritizing your health, you set the stage for all other Stoic practices to flourish. A healthy body supports a resilient mind, enabling you to remain steadfast and virtuous in your Stoic journey. This commitment to physical health is not merely about avoiding illness, but about cultivating a robust framework for thriving mentally and emotionally in the face of life's adversities. Last but not the least, practice mindfulness. Practice mindfulness is the 10th and a profoundly impactful Stoic habit that aligns closely with the philosophy's emphasis on awareness and living in the present. Mindfulness, in its essence, is the practice of maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and the surrounding environment through a gentle and nurturing lens. By cultivating mindfulness, you will engage fully with the present, setting aside distractions from the past and anxieties about the future. This Stoic habit encourages you to observe your experiences without judgment or immediate reaction. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom rather than being driven by impulsive emotions. For instance, when faced with a stressful situation at work or in personal relationships, instead of reacting hastily or being overwhelmed by stress, mindfulness allows you to pause and assess the situation calmly. This space created between stimulus and response is where your true growth and freedom lie. Implementing mindfulness can be done through various practices. Meditation is one of the most effective methods. It involves sitting quietly and paying attention to your thoughts, sounds, the sensations of breathing, or parts of the body, bringing your focus back whenever the mind starts to wander. This practice enhances your ability to concentrate and stay present in all activities, reducing stress and increasing emotional resilience. Additionally, mindfulness can be practiced throughout the day in simple ways. For example, when eating, you can focus on tasting each bite, appreciating the flavors and textures, rather than eating mindlessly while distracted by technology or other thoughts. Similarly, when walking, you can pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, and the sights and sounds around you. Regular practice of mindfulness cultivates a heightened state of awareness and centeredness that can transform how you experience everyday life. It trains you to live more deeply, enjoy more fully, and react more wisely. Embracing mindfulness not only enhances your mental clarity, but also improves your overall well-being, making it a fundamental Stoic habit for anyone seeking a more meaningful and controlled life. As we wrap up our deep dive into the 10 powerful Stoic habits designed to enhance mental resilience and clarity, it's crucial to realize the significant impact these practices can have on our daily lives. Rooted in the wisdom of ancient philosophers, these habits aren't just theoretical concepts, but practical tools that can lead to what one might call a superhuman state of mind where clarity, resilience, and purpose dominate. Consistency is the key to transforming understanding into lasting change. Take, for instance, the habit of simplifying your choices. By reducing everyday decisions, as Stoic philosophers like Seneca advocated, you can conserve mental energy. Seneca, in his contemplative letters, often discussed the importance of eliminating unnecessary complexities from life, which aligns with modern strategies like meal prepping or wardrobe simplifying. These small practical steps help maintain focus on what truly matters, echoing the Stoic practice of focusing one's energy on their locus of control. Another habit, practicing mindfulness, was a cornerstone in the life of Marcus Aurelius, whose meditations provide a window into his daily reflections. He observed and recorded his thoughts and actions with the intent of self-improvement, a practice that aligns with today's journaling or meditation apps. By setting aside time each day to reflect on your thoughts and environment without judgment, just as Aurelius did, you foster a heightened state of awareness crucial for navigating complex emotional landscapes. Furthermore, the habit of turning obstacles into opportunities can be mirrored in the life of Epictetus, who famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This Stoic habit teaches resilience and adaptability. For example, if you encounter a setback at work, instead of viewing it as a failure, reframe it as a chance to learn and grow. This approach of reframing challenges as opportunities is not just philosophical, but a practical strategy used in cognitive behavioral therapy today. Incorporating regular reflection, as practiced by many Stoics, into modern life can also be transformational. Like Seneca, who wrote letters to himself to reflect on his virtues and vices, you can adopt a habit of nightly reflection. This could be as simple as writing down 3 things you did well and 1 thing you could improve on each day. This practice not only promotes a greater understanding of oneself, but also leads to continual personal development. The pursuit of these habits with a community or in the context of mentorship can amplify their effectiveness. Stoics often engaged in discussions and correspondences with each other to refine their thoughts and hold themselves accountable. In today's digital age, joining online forums, participating in workshops, or even following digital content focused on Stoicism can provide similar communal benefits. To truly achieve a superhuman state where you master your reactions and emotions, consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, who faced immense pressure as a Roman emperor, yet consistently applied Stoic principles to remain calm and effective. His practice of writing in his journal, reflecting on his actions, and constantly reminding himself of the impermanence of life and the importance of focusing on the present moment are strategies that can be adapted in modern settings. Whether it's leading a team, managing a household, or facing personal challenges, these principles can guide you to respond with calmness and deliberation. Achieving this heightened state of being isn't about having superpowers. It's about developing a profound inner strength and a disciplined mind. The superhuman aspect lies in the extraordinary control and peace you cultivate within yourself, which in turn affects how you interact with the world around you. It's about transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary through disciplined practice, reflection, and a deep connection to Stoic teachings. As you continue to integrate these habits into your life, remember that each small step contributes to a larger journey of growth and mastery. Just as the Stoics believed in the power of daily practice and reflection, you too can harness these habits to carve a path toward a more resilient, clear-minded, and purposeful existence.